Alrighty. Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofix one, AJ. Happy Sunday, October 5th, 2025. It's week 5 of the NFL. Hope you are locked in and ready for it, as we do have the Vikings and the Browns going on right now. Browns up 10-7, start of the third quarter here. Carson Wentz is back in the game. He did go to the blue tent towards the end of the second quarter there, and hey, everything seems to be okay. I mean, let's be real. We've seen Carson Wentz essentially play with 2 broken legs, so it's going to take a lot to get Carson Wentz out of off the field, and that whole Mark Sanchez thing right now is just absolutely crazy. But it's Sunday morning, so that means it's time for Fantasy Q&A. Drop your sits and starts in the chat, and I'd be more than happy to help out with that. And I'm going to be giving out some bets too, but before I go any further, do just want to take a moment, shout out to everyone watching here on Rumble, over on YouTube, X, and TikTok. Thank you. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit those like buttons, hit the follow buttons. Does help us out a lot more than you know. But Vikings, Browns, I'll be honest, I was on the Vikings early in this one, and I'm still thinking about getting on them. Dillon Gabriel looks a lot better than probably we thought as a rookie quarterback coming into this one against the Brian Flores defense. But no, I love the way that Dillon Gabriel's been performing, and think he might get to start a couple games for the Browns, and the Browns might have a quarterback for a couple weeks. We know that could be hard for them to hold on to a quarterback, but hey, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I was on the Vikings, and hey, that was a beautiful pass from Carson Wentz as they're threatening now. So we'll keep an eye on that game throughout the morning. But first game I do want to talk about, Raiders and the Colts. Colts 7.5-point favorites going into this one. 47.5 is the total. Brock Bowers is trending towards playing today, and I got to be honest, I'm loving the Colts in this one. I am loving the Colts in this one. I don't know how you can't be loving the Colts in this one. This is a solid Colts football team. And like we've talked about from the start of the season, I believed that if you gave Daniel Dimes a solid running back, okay offensive line, and a couple of weapons out there, he's going to be able to perform like he has been with the Colts. And I do think we're going to continue to see that trending up. And so love the Colts today. Taking that 7.5. I don't think the number is going to be an issue. I think they win this one by 2 touchdowns at least. Is going to be a nice one for Shane Steichen to really put put the gas down on this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, give me a Geno Smith interception as well. Give me a Danny Dimes anytime touchdown. I think he'll run one in today. And, when he's trying to get away from Crosby and stuff. But that is what it is. Love the Colts. Love the Colts today. And I believe the public's on me with me as well. Yeah, 68% of the bets, 57% of the money on that 7.5. And then everyone and their moms betting on the Colts to win outright. So love the Colts today. This one's interesting. New York Giants going up against the Saints. Saints 1.5-point favorites here at home. 41.5 is the total. And Jackson Dart's still getting the start for the Giants. And if you take a look at where the money line's at right now, let me get that moving. Money line's sitting at plus 105 right now with the Giants, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get. Especially with how the Giants performed and how Jackson Dart performed. Yes, Malik Neighbors is out and seems like he's going to be out for a while. I'm not nearly as concerned as I probably should be with Malik Neighbors being out. I think Malik Neighbors is a very key part of that offense. On the other hand, though, Jackson Dart is that guy. Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo is going to be an incredible combination there. And I think they're going to keep it moving. I'm taking the Giants every single which way to Sunday on this one. Give me the spread. Give me the money line. I think they're going to go ahead and have a day. Give me a Jackson Dart anytime touchdown as well. I think they're great. Carter Miller, my feelings is there's too many mouths to feed in Arizona. I would agree as well. I think Carter is going to be the guy. I think he's going to be that guy. The Arizona Cardinals just scare me in general. And I mean, we are going up against the Titans today, which does make me feel a little bit better. Cardinals 7.5-point favorites on this one. I do think they get the job done. I like the 7.5 there. My only issue is Kyler. And he just seems so scatterbrained. And I like what he's doing, but the play calling hasn't been there. And can we get Marvin Harrison Jr. started is always a question. So anyone on Arizona just scares me. I think they're going to have a good game, but they do scare me. Chris in the chat, Myers or Sutton? Ooh, I like that. I like that that's the issue that you're having today, I will say. Broncos going up against the Eagles. How do you feel about the Eagles defense? I think that's where we kind of got to start with this question. How do you feel about the Eagles defense? Because I'm not the biggest fan of it. I still think it's solid. Again, the Eagles just play a very boring brand of football, which is fine because Nick Sirianni has that team just running into walls for him. And I love it. It's a solid, it's a solid Philly team. And are you referring to Jakobi Meyers? I just want to get confirmation on that, Chris, before I continue. But I like Sutton's upside. I am worried about the Eagles. Okay, you're talking Jakobi. I'd probably go with Jakobi Meyers then, if we're going to be honest. I'm worried about Bo Nix resorting back to college Bo picks, which we've kind of seen him start to do already. Bowers is out. Oh, I thought I just saw a report that said he was in. I want to double check that. Or he was trending towards playing. Then again, that might have been yesterday. I saw that. Likely out. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. Let's hope that he is trending forward. Smith is. So here's the thing, Chris. I don't think Geno Smith is that bad. I really don't. Don't get me wrong. Let's be clear. The interceptions are not something that you want out of, what's going on. However, I like it, though. I like that that's the decisions that they went with. They're like, hey, listen, we're not going to be very good this year. That's fine. We're just going to let Geno Smith just air the ball out all season long. He's had 127 attempts already, 81 completions. Listen, that's 63.8%. I don't hate that. At all. I love that they're just letting him rip it downfield. So that's just me. It's Frank. We just were talking about that. Trending toward looks likely that he will be out today. Waiting on final confirmation. I will update once I hear more. But yeah, that's where that's at. All right, Landon, you got May and Danny Dimes. Ooh, brother. I think you got to go. I like Drake May. Let's be clear. I like Drake May. I like what he's been doing with this Patriots team, and I like where the Patriots are at in this rebuild with Mike Vrabel and Drake May. Sunday Night Football going up against the Bills in Buffalo. Talk about a shitty place to play. And I'm not saying it's a bad place or anything, but that's a hard barn to play in. I love the Bills in this one. I'll take that 7.5 all day long. I think Drake May does have himself a nice little day here, but I think the Bills are just going to end up suffocating him. I would go with Danny Dimes today. I absolutely love the matchup against the Raiders. I don't think that defense is going to do a lot. All they got to do, all the Colts O-line has to do is truly double Max Crosby, and they're going to be cooking. So, yeah, I'm rolling with Danny Dimes. I am taking him in my any touchdown parlay today as well. So, we love that. Pollard or Henderson? Listen, I like what Tony Pollard has been doing. I think he's been a little undervalued. Not undervalued. I don't think that's the right word. I think he's just kind of getting lost, which is where he's at. Totally makes sense. And the type of career he's had, I understand it. Man. I will, but the Cardinals defense isn't good. Let's be very clear about that. The Cardinals defense isn't good, hasn't been good, and is going to continue to be an issue. We're getting our rookie cornerback in for the first time this week in Will Johnson. I'm excited to see him play, but there's still some issues in that secondary that Budda Baker just can't tie up all the time. So, I would probably be looking at Pollard. I think that the Titans are going to try to establish the run with Pollard and Cam Ward to open up something for Ridley if he ends up playing. I'm still waiting on final words from him, but yeah, I'm liking it. I would trend more towards Pollard over Henderson. I think Henderson's going to have a bigger issue with the Bills defense. Baker or Kyler this week? That's a great question. That's a great question because Kyler's been doing a great job of running the football and making good decisions. Now, will Marvin Harrison Jr. continue to catch the football like he did in the second half on Thursday Night Football? Hopefully, TBD as of right now, but not to mention you still got Trey McBride who can get shit done, and Kyler will run the ball. I don't think we'll be seeing him run the ball a lot today if it's not a quarterback designed run. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Titans D-line right now. But Baker, on the other hand, listen, this Seahawks team seems legit. This Seahawks team seems very legit. I am on the Buccaneers today, plus the 3.5 and money line. I just love the way Baker's been playing, not to mention the fact that the Seahawks have been playing terrible at home recently. You know, they've been a road team. They've been able to go out on the road and get it done, but they can't seem to get it done in their own barn, which is absolutely crazy when you think about the 12s that are there. So I would be leaning probably on Baker. I think Baker's going to need to have a big day. Yes, Bucky Irving is out. I think Rachaad White's going to step in there fine. And Chris Godwin or Stephon Diggs, yeah, give me Godwin. Give me Godwin all day long over Diggs. Again, I like the matchups. I think that secondary is a little bit better than most teams have been ready, but I think the Buccaneers will be ready for it. I think Godwin's going to have a nice little day. Nolan in the chat, Pickens or Egbuka? Ooh. Listen, I do want to shout out George Pickens because there was multiple times, I think it was last week, when I thought there was going to be, like, there was a scruffle or something. I was waiting for a personal foul call on Pickens, and it just never came. And so shout out to him for developing a little bit and growing up. But, I love what Egbuka has been doing. And, you know, the Seahawks are going to be looking to shut down Chris Godwin early and shut down that run game early. And so I think Egbuka is going to get a lot of nice targets. Yes, his injury does worry me a little bit, but he seems to be playing through it fine. So I would be looking towards Egbuka in this one, Nolan. I like Egbuka a lot. I'm starting Egbuka in pretty much all the fantasy leagues I drafted him in, and would recommend that you continue to do the same. Love what he's been doing. And again, love the Bucs today. But I'm also taking, and I feel like I'm going to get suckered in. Pickens is projected 16. Egbuka, yeah, and I get that. And I respect the projection nerds. You know, I respect like the guys that do the math or put the numbers into the computer and they go off projections. We all know it's more of a feel thing, you know. And so, you know, yes, does Pickens have a solid matchup against the? Hold on, Nolan. Okay, you want to know what my worries is with Pickens? I'll be completely honest. My worries with Pickens is that the boys get up big and they just start running the football. That's where I think you're going to get in trouble because, yes, we have seen this Dallas offense be able to be as explosive as anything. The defense leaves little to write home about. But that Jets offense, we saw it last Monday. That sucks. Like, that's not a good offense whatsoever. And I think them boys are going to get up early and have a day. So they love Javonte Williams. They love Javonte Williams so much that they almost forgot Micah Parsons exists. It's unbelievable. MHJ or Olave? Caden asking the hard questions early today. Asking them hard questions. Listen, I think two things can be true. One, Olave's having a better than expected year with a substandard quarterback in Spencer Rattler. Two, Marvin Harrison Jr. has caught, you know, a good half of football. That's about it. And, you know, is this a good game for him to hopefully get the mental straight and to get that confidence up? I'm hoping so. Because that'd be great for the Cardinals moving forward. NFC West still wide open. And so I'm leaning towards Marvin Harrison. Olave just scares me. And I think that Giants defense is a lot better than people give it credit for. You know, yes, everyone's excited about Jackson Dart right now, and I'm excited about Jackson Dart too. But we need to keep in mind how good this defense is and has been and will be. So I'm loving it. Hunter Henry against the Bills or Darren Waller again? Give me Waller against the Panthers, bro. Give me Waller against the Panthers. And yeah, I love Hunter Henry. Think he's going to get a lot of looks tonight. But Darren Waller showing up last Monday, let's go, Waller. Let's go. I'm going Darren Waller all day long. I'm going with him with an anytime touchdown today. Give me Waller. Sutton or K9, give me Sutton in the flex. Give me K9. Give me K9. Another thing is Sauce has been struggling. Yeah, Sauce hasn't been too solid. But, Sauce is still one of the better DBs in the league. So respect where respect's due. Milan, what do I think about Jakobi Meyers this week? What do I think about Jakobi Meyers this week? Listen, I think the Raiders are in for a tough day. That's what I think. I think Geno Smith is going to do Geno Smith things and start just bombing the ball downfield again. Again, absolutely a big fan of it. Huge fan, actually, of this whole Geno Smith sitting in the pocket and just bombing balls downfield. If you're going to suck, that's fine. Let's really suck and at least be exciting about it. Because, you don't know if that ball's going to get intercepted or you don't know if they're about to go 80. I love it. I love that. So, I don't hate Jakobi Meyers this week. I do think he's going to have a rough day against that Colts defense. But again, I think it's just going to be a rough game for the Raiders. I like him, though. He's going to get a lot of looks. Should I start Dowdle or ETN? Ooh, dude. It depends. Jaguars are so... Milan, thank you for the follow. The Jags just feel so... What's the word I'm looking for? Jekyll and Hyde. Are we going to see a very competent Jaguars team that we've been seeing, or are we going to see them struggle against the Chiefs, who may be back getting Xavier Worthy, really seem to open up that offense and get them comfortable again. But Trevor Lawrence seems to be settling in finally as a quarterback with having Cone there. I would probably be looking to start ETN. That Chiefs defense, I know that used to be like the big thing we talked about, how good that defense was. I do see them kind of taking a step back, but I don't hate Dowdle. I think you're good going either way. I think there's a little bit more upside with ETN. Start Geno or Tua. Oof. Those are your only two options? No, I'm joking. Going up against the Panthers look that bad. They do look that bad. And I think Tua didn't play bad last week. Tua hasn't been playing bad. Is it as great as we would probably want him to be? No. And I think that a lot of that has to do with the chemistry of... Sorry, one sec. All right, so update on Bowers. Playing through PCL injury and bone bruise on his knee. Impacted his performance. Status is in jeopardy. And doctors say the only way to really recover is to rest. And so it's going to be up to the Raiders on what they do. I would rest him. I hate to say that, but if I'm the Raiders, I would rest him. Anyway, I forgot where I was at. Tua or Geno? I'd go with Tua. Geno's going to throw interceptions. Let's just be real. And again, I love what the Raiders are doing with that, but Geno's going to throw interceptions, so I'd go Geno. Oh, 20-man league. That makes sense, Don. Drop Texans D for Jaguars defense? Yeah, absolutely. The Texans scare me on both sides of the football. And don't get me wrong. This is, first of all, give me the over in Texans-Ravens today, 40.5. I think that's way too low. And I'm expecting some fireworks today. Both defenses aren't very good. Yes, Cooper Rush is out. Not Cooper Rush. Lamar Jackson is out. Cooper Rush coming in. The Ravens will be playing a different style of football, are going to be forced to be playing a different style of football than they've been able to. Yes, Cooper Rush can get out of the pocket and run if he needs to. However, he's not Lamar Jackson, and so that's what I would keep in mind. I do think the Ravens will come away with this one at the end of the day. Both teams 1-3, kind of a desperation spot here. It's a tough one, though. Tough one. Give me the over, though. I love the over. Mayor Daniels, give me Danny Dimes. Give me Indiana Jones. I love what he's been playing and love what this Colts team's been doing. I think they're going to just take a fresh dump on the Jets today. No, not on the Jets. Who the fuck are they playing again? The Raiders. That's right. All right, pick 2, Henderson, Godwin, or Diggs. Give me Godwin. Give me Henderson. Oh, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels or Drake May. Yeah, I would start Jaden Daniels. Still with Jaden Daniels. AJ or Woody? I'd probably go with Woody. I mean, yeah, AJ doesn't seem too happy and everything. Again, I don't think Nick Sirianni gives a shit. Like, if there's one head coach that's not going to get suckered in by diva wide receiver mentality, it's Nick Sirianni. And he is very happy with how this football team is performing right now. He is very happy that they can hand the ball off 1.5 billion times or run the ball with Jalen Hurts or do a little bubble pass or whatever and just run down the clock and control the game. I don't think that's changing anytime soon whatsoever. And it's going to continue. And so until further notice, I would be looking to sit A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. They just aren't getting the usage. And, today they might make it a point to get them the football and get going on that. I'm not thinking so, though. Kincaid or Waller? I love what Darren Waller did last week, and I think we're going to see it continue, especially with that matchup against the Panthers and with Tyreek Hill being out. So give me Waller over Kincaid. Hunter Henry or Juwan? Give me Hunter Henry over Juwan Jennings. Thank you very much. Chase Brown, Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard, dude. The fuck has Chase Brown done? Seriously, what the fuck have the Bengals done? And they're going up against the Lions. Listen, what's his name? Aiden Hutchinson is about to spend all day in the backfield. Literally all day is going to be just him standing in the backfield. Like, they might as well not cover him because he's just going to be chilling in the backfield all day long. And I think that's going to continue to be his thing. So, yeah, I would stay away from anything Bengals today. Drop DeMercado to pick up Taysom Hill. USMC, thank you for the follow. Who the fuck does Taysom Hill play for? I forgot he's still in the league, if we're going to be completely honest. Has he even had any snaps? Oh, he's still on the Saints? No shit. No shit. He is still on the Saints roster. I swore they cut him. No way. So, no way he's still on the roster. Is he really? No, he's not. Who the fuck does he play for? That's wild. Does he still play for the Saints? If he does, yeah, sure. Fucking Taysom Hill. Dude, yeah, he's due for a good game. He always comes back and has one good game. Let's roll. Jay, I don't know. Even with Spears back, I don't remember what I was talking about. So you're going to have to remind me there. Dowdle or BTJ and the flex. I would roll the dice with BTJ. And I think you're rolling the dice both ways, but I like BTJ. Taysom Hill's first game. I'm very excited for that Saints game. Very excited for that Saints game. Yeah, start Taysom. Fuck it, let's go. And listen, again, the Giants have a good defense. The Saints, tight ends are a quarterback's best friend with good defenses. So I'm looking for a lot of dump offs there and getting Taysom Hill involved early. But Juwan's not a bad either. Ooh, JT or Scat at the flex? I would probably lean JT just because the Raiders defense is that bad. And I think he's going to be getting a lot of yards. So Pollard over Chase Brown. Oh, thank you, Jay. Yes, even with Spears back. Because listen, again, the Lions don't stand, the Lions defense is not good. The secondary is Swiss cheese. That D-line in the trenches can get it done. What's one thing that the Bengals have consistently not been able to do since Joe Burrow has stepped foot in Cincinnati? Have a good offensive line that can stop a defensive line that's even a little bit better. And so I think I really think the Bengals are going to get suffocated today on both sides of the football. I still can't get over Taysom Hill still being in the league. Shout out. Dowdle, White, or Brown? I'd probably go with Rachaad White. Yes. Bucky Irving kind of took over that running back one job in Tampa, but hey, listen, Rachaad White's still solid. He's still had a pretty good season so far, and I think he's going to be able to step in to those shoes really well. Seattle's defense does worry me with that pick a little bit, but I like the Buccaneers today, and I think they're going to get it done, and they're going to have to establish that run to open it up for Egbuka and Godwin. So I like it. Penix or Nix? You got to go Bo Nix because Falcons are on a bye week. Diggs or JMO at the flex. Give me JMO. Again, I think the Lions are just going to be running up points this week. Travis Etienne or Justice Hill? Feels like Justice Hill got a nice little bump last week, didn't it? I liked what he did last week. I would still go with Etienne. I really think the Jags are really going to need to establish the run against the Chiefs tomorrow. They're really going to need to get that done. So I'd go with Etienne. Trevor Etienne. Oh, not Travis. My bad. I can't read. I'd go Justice Hill. Never mind. T. Anamore, Strange, Slateland. William, thank you for the follow. Pick 2. I'd go Anamore and Strange. I don't hate Slayton, but I like Anamore, or however you say it. I'd go Strange at tight end. David Montgomery, question mark? Yes, I've heard of him. No, I love everything with the Lions today on offense, everything. So I'm giving full permission to start if you want your roster to just be the Lions offense today, you have my permission. Rico Dowdle or Kupp? Ooh, I think Kupp's going to be getting a lot of looks today going up against that Bucs defense. I like Dowdle, though. I like Dowdle a lot. JSN or Pickens? I'd probably go with Pickens. I hate that Jets defense. I hate the Jets offense. I hate everything about the Jets right now. So I'd be rolling with Pickens today. Genty or Johnston? Give me Genty. Ashton Genty is standing up again, Michael Myers style, and it seems to be the way it works for him. So I'd be rolling with that. Dak or Jones? Give me Indiana Jones. Thank you very much. I think the Colts. I think you're good either way. I just think the Colts are going to really get in there, and I got Danny Dimes anytime touchdown today. Baker or Dart? Give me. I would go. I think Dart is almost a safer pick. Excuse me. I think Dart is a safer pick, so I'd be looking at Dart. Baker's going to be good today. That Seahawks defense is legit, though. Taysom Hill is playing this week. I know. I just found out this, too. It's amazing. I love it. What do I think about him? First of all, love the guy. Love that he just kind of does whatever he kind of wants to and whatever the Saints tell him to do. Love that he's still on a team. He's a dog. Those are my thoughts. I think the Giants have a really good defense, so I do think he might get a lot of checkdowns. He's solid, though. Tet or Dowdle? I'd go with Tet, T-Mac. He's going to be getting a lot of looks today. Flex DeMercado, Dobbins, or Shakir? I'd be probably looking at Shakir. DeMercado, listen, I don't think the Cardinals are going to be looking to run the football with James Conner and Trey Benson being out. They didn't really do anything with Benson before he got injured, and I don't know. They just kind of abandoned the run game when James Conner got out, so that hurts. May or Fields? I'd go with Drake May all day long. Flex AJ. What was that? AJ Brown, ETN, or Olave? I would go with ETN probably. Herbert or Dart? I'd be looking at Herbert. That Commanders defense is a little rough around the edges, and they really need to figure something out there. Not the defense we saw from last year, and again, the offense still suffering and pretty injured. I'm all over the Chargers today, but yeah, I like Herbert a lot in this one. JSN or Quentin Johnston? I'll go with Quentin Johnston. He learned how to catch a football in the offseason, so I'd keep rolling with that until he forgets how to catch a football again. Olave, McConkey, Woody, or Godwin. I'm leaning more towards Godwin or McConkey. I think you flip the coin there. I think both of them are going to have solid games. I like the matchups. Woody, Marks, or Shakir. I'd go with Woody or Shakir. I like the matchup that Shakir is going to have. The Patriots will be disciplined. The Patriots defense will be up for Vrabel, but still. Luke McCaffrey, I'd go with Luke McCaffrey. Calvin Ridley seems to have replaced his hands with 2 bricks. So I'd be going with Luke McCaffrey. JD5 or Dart? I'd go Dart. I'd go with Dart. I think that Chargers defense is going to suffocate Jaden Daniels. What else are we looking at? Chig, Okonkwo, or Taysom Hill? I'd probably be looking at Okonkwo. Okonkwo. I'm terrible with name pronunciation sometimes, but I'd be looking at him over Hill. Shakir or Diggs? I go Diggs. Revenge game possible? I would look at Diggs. Diggs or Wandale? Sonny, thank you for the follow. I'd probably start Wandale over Diggs. Dart or Baker? Baker's going to throw the ball a lot today. It's going to be a tight one with the Seahawks. So I am leaning Baker, but I do think Dart's going to get in there for a tutty and run a lot. I think you're good either way, brother. Tet or Jamar? Tet. Who's throwing the ball to Jamar? Who? Until Jameis Winston signs with the Bengals, I'm not touching Jamar. Tucker or Slayton? I'd be leaning Slayton there. Daniel Jones or Herbert? You're in a good spot. I'd probably be leaning on Indiana Jones a little bit on this one just because that Raiders team is miserable. That's a bad defense, and I think he's going to be able to throw all over him or run all over him, whatever he wants to do. Mason Taylor or Juwan Johnson? I'd be leaning on Johnson. I just like that matchup better. White, Dowdle, and Genty. Give me Rachaad White and give me Genty. Hurts or Dak? I'm going to be leaning Dak. I think Dak is going to be able to just open up the gas pedal and let that ball fly downfield. Bowers hurt. Christian Kirk or Tolbert? I'll go with Christian Kirk. I like Kirk a lot. Do we have a final on Bowers? Have I seen? Can we find that? Is he official? Let's see. Yep, Brock Bowers officially ruled out. That's brutal. Brutal. All right. Who do I sit between Rico, Woody, and Kamara? I'd probably sit Woody. AJ Brown or Tyler Warren? Give me Tyler Warren until Jalen Hurts decides to throw the football. AJ Ladd or Keon? Give me Ladd. Give me McConkey. Give me Waddle over Jamar. Give me McConkey over Jamar. Again, the Lions are going to... this is my belt to ass game of the week. If there's one game I think is going to be clear belt to ass, I think Lions are going belt to ass on the Bengals, and it's going to be ugly. Ladder Diggs, give me Ladd. Ramondre or RJ Harvey? Ooh, I kind of like RJ Harvey this week. Kind of like him a lot this week. ETN or Woody Marks? I'd probably be leaning ETN. Genty, K9, Rachaad White, give me White, give me Genty. Ladder Diggs, give me Ladd over Diggs. Not that I don't think Stephon Diggs is going to not have a good game. I like the matchup that McConkey has on the outside for the Commanders a little bit more. Yeah, Chris, I would drop Higgins. I would definitely drop Higgins. He's just, and again, it's not him. It's the situation we're in with the Bengals, and the Bengals can't get anything started offensively, and that O-line is still shit. And nothing's going to change. Woody Marks. Oh, start Woody Marks over Brown. Give me Genty. I think Kamara's going to have a game. He always has a game. But I think the Giants defense is going to suffocate him a little bit. Chris, no, they're not going to pick up a QB. The only QB they should pick is Jameis Winston. And get him there. And then I would say, yeah, start T and Jamar. Barner or Taysom? Give me Taysom Hill return game. Godwin or Myers? Give me Godwin. Pick 3, QJ, Garrett Wilson, Igbuka, Pickens. Give me Quentin Johnson, Igbuka, and Pickens. Nothing against Garrett Wilson. Everything against Justin Fields. Stranger Schultz. I think the Cowboys are going to have a big game. Give me Dalton Schultz all day. I would take Daniel Jones over Kyler Murray this week. I'm not feeling it with Kyler and the Cardinals this week. Trade Saquon and Daniel Jones for Henry, Montgomery, and Caleb Williams. That is a trade. Igbuka already in the lineup. You're chilling then, brother. Should I not start Justin Fields? No, you shouldn't start Justin Fields. Now, well, okay, let's hold on. Let's take a step back here. That's a good question. Should we start Justin Fields this week? Well, what do we know about these two teams? Okay, what do we know about the Cowboys? Micah Parsons is no longer on the Cowboys. That defense sucks. That defense sucks, and they somehow were able to hold on and tie against the Packers. So shout out to them. I think more of that was play calling on the Packers side anyway. So Justin Fields probably going to be able to run all over it, but I don't think he's going to be running. I think they're going to have him throw the football. This Dallas offense is you're right. Again, you're right, bro. You're right. It's hard. I just do not have faith in Justin Fields. I don't have faith that the play calling is going to be there. And who knows? This could be the one week that the Cowboys defense actually stands up. And my other worry is that Justin Fields, when he is forced to throw the football a lot, that's not where he is his strongest. And so, the Jets do start to go down quite a bit, which the Cowboys team can go off for a while. So I don't know. I would be scared with Justin Fields. Start Dowdle or Chase Brown. Start Dowdle. Ooh, Ladd or Godwin. I start McConkey. I just like the matchup better. Godwin's going to have himself a game, but Hall or Williams? Ooh, I would go with Hall. I think Hall's going to get a lot of looks today. Dak or Goff? I've got till 1. I'd flip a coin, brother. I think you go with either Dak or Goff, you're going to have a good game because both of those defenses suck. I mean, really suck. Carter or Taysom? I don't know why. I'm kind of leaning on Taysom Hill to have a big game today now that he's returning. And I remember that he plays in the NFL. Still, I really thought he got cut. Start Marks and Scat. Sit Henry. I don't hate that. I definitely get Scat in the lineup today. Godwin or Smitty? Give me Godwin. BTJ or Flowers? Ooh, I kind of like Flowers today. Bo or May? I like Drake May. I think Bo Nix is going to end up reverting back to Bo picks a little bit in this one with the Eagles. What do you got here, John? Chase Brown or Rashad? Give me Rashad White all day long. Devontae Smith or Ladd? Give me Ladd McConkey. Just because wide receivers throw a hissy fit does not mean they're going to be getting the football more. Juwan Johnson or Mark Andrews? I'd be leading Johnson. I think Andrews is going to get a lot of looks from Cooper Rush, but I'd be leaning on Johnston. Mahomes or Hurts? I think Mahomes is going to have to do Mahomes things tomorrow to really get it done, so I'd be leaning on Mahomes. Diggs or Higgins? Yeah, start Diggs. But I'm Dak. I would start Dak Prescott then. I'd go Allen. I would go Allen over Zay. Ryder, thank you for the follow, brother. What else we got? Etienne Olave or Tet at the flex. I'd be leaning T-Mac a little bit. I think the Panthers-Dolphins game is going to be a high-scoring, exciting one. So I'm probably leaning on the over on this one, too. Nate, thank you for the follow, brother. Cam, thank you for the follow. Dak or Jaden Daniels? I'd go with Dak, Cam. I think Dak's going to just rip it all over the Jets today. DeMercado, Chubb, or Slayton? Oh, Sharb. I would probably be leaning on Charbonnet. I'm worried the usage DeMercado is going to get. To be honest, I don't trust the. Hard for me to trust the Cardinals. Oh, Elmau, thank you for the gift. What are we at? Hunter Henry or Waller? I'd be going with Darren Waller. I think that's a better matchup for the defense there. Guard Dino, thank you for the follow. White or Dowdle? I'd go with White. Myers or Trey Tucker? I don't hate Jacoby Myers today. I don't hate Trey Tucker today. Flip a coin, I'd probably go with Myers. Etienne Kamara or T-Mac? I'd probably be leaning on T-Mac. Sutton or Diggs? I'd go with Diggs. I do not have a lot of faith in the Broncos against the Eagles today. A.J. Brown, Jamar, Sutton, Quentin Johnson. Pick 3. Quentin Johnson, Sutton, and A.J. Brown. I don't like A.J. Brown pick, but you do what you got to do, brother. Mayfield or Goff? I'd be going with Goff. I think Goff he's better matched up with that defense. And don't get me wrong. I think Baker's going to have a day today to take on the Seahawks, but I like it. Charbonnet or Malik Washington? I'd start Charbonnet today. Waller or Andrews? I'd go with Darren Waller over Andrews. Love what he did last week. Fields or Hurts? I'd go with Jalen Hurts this week. I think he's still going to run the football a lot, at least get you a tutty or two with that tush push. Stroud or Jaden Daniels? I would go with CJ Stroud. Must-win game for both teams. The Ravens' defense is awful, so I think CJ Stroud's going to go out there and have a day. Jaden Daniels really doesn't have whatchamacallit. Oh, geez. There was a little bear there. Thank you, Elmau 3. I have no idea what that was. That was pretty cool, though. Yeah, I would probably go Stroud over Daniels, though. Also, who's throwing to Jaden Daniels? You know, who's throwing? What else are we looking at? Henry or Etienne at the flex? I'd go with Henry. I would go with Derrick Henry. Yes, I'm worried about fumbles. Yes, he's going to get a lot of touches today with Lamar being out. I'm leaning on Derrick Henry. I'm starting Derrick Henry this week. Cade Otton or Ingram? I'd go with Cade Otton. I like Otton a lot. Zay or Godwin? I'd go with Godwin. Keenan Allen, Woody, or Dowdle at the flex? I'd go with Keenan Allen. He's been having himself a little resurgency. I like him a lot. Myers or Waddle? I would go with Myers. Myers or Worthy? I would go with Worthy. Trey Tucker or Cup? I'd go with Cooper. Give me Coop. Keenan Allen, Woody, or Dowell? I said, give me Keenan, baby. Franklin, Anamore, Tolbert with Turpin out. I'll go with Anamore. I think he's going to need to have a big game and, for the Jaguars to have a chance. Barber, thank you for the follow. Ladd, give me Ladd over Trey Tucker all day. Pickens, Tet, Sutton. Give me George Pickens. Give me T-Mac. Franklin or Shakir? I'd go with Franklin, honest. Franklin or Shakir, I think you're good either way. Don't have a real opinion on either way. Just stay away from T. Pickens, Tet, Sutton. Give me Pickens and Tet. Franklin, Kirk, Ridley, deep league, flex. I'd be looking at Christian Kirk today. I'd stay away from Ridley. Dobbins or Pollard? Let's go with Pollard. Michael Carter or Bill? Ooh. I think Bill's going to get a lot of looks today. I think he's going to have to. Excuse me. I'm getting suffocated by my allergies. For the Commanders to have a chance, Bill's going to need to be able to run the ball and run the ball a lot. And I think that the Chargers are going to know that going into this, but still, I like Bill a lot today. What else? Waller or Ertz, and why? Honestly, I'd be going Darren Waller because of not only the matchup he's going to have, the safety net he's going to be, especially with Tyreek Hill being out now, but also his presence being kind of felt last week of his return to the league. And I think that momentum's going to continue, and the Dolphins have been looking for a threat down low like that. A tight end threat like that. And so I think they really get that with Darren Waller, and they're going to continue to use him a lot. Give me one sec. Okay. Where are we at? Darren Waller or Taysom Hill? I'd be going with Darren Waller. I think Taysom Hill is going to get a lot of looks as well in his first day back, but I like Darren Waller a lot. Ertz or Malik at flex? I go with Ertz. Michael Carter or Malik Washington or Brashard Smith. Ooh, I kind of like Brashard this week. Malik Washington's fine. I think Carter's going to split carries with the Mercado. So that's kind of why I'm staying away from him. Should I start Shaheed or Devontae? Start Shaheed. Love him. Michael Carter or Ramondre? Give me Ramondre. Seahawks or Broncos defense? I go with the Seahawks defense. I think the Broncos are going to have a rough day today with the Eagles. Start Juwan Johnson or Taysom Hill? I'll probably start Taysom Hill. He'll definitely get some looks for his first game back. And they're going to try to establish him early as a threat. So I like that. Sutton or ETN in the flex? I go ETN in the flex. I think Sutton and the Broncos in general are going to have a rough day. Slayton, JK, Tucker. I'll probably go to Tucker. Tucker or JK, and I think you're fine. Woody Marks, Olave, White, K9, or Diggs? I'll go with Rachaad White. Dylan, love that trade. If you can trade Garrett Wilson for Sutton and Jaylen Warren, I think you're in a good place. But all right, guys. Almighty, thank you for the follow. All right, well, we got an hour until the games get going, so I've got to get my bets locked in. I've got to get some stuff done before we sit back, relax, and enjoy an incredible Sunday of football. So just want to take a moment. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to everyone watching here on Rumble, over on YouTube, X, and TikTok. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit those like buttons, hit those follow buttons. Does help out a lot more than you know. Dylan, anytime, my dude. And Justin, last one, I would start Jayden Daniels over Justin. I would start Justin Fields. Roll the dice there against Jayden Daniels. But hey, thank you all again for listening. Thank you all again for watching. Have an incredible NFL Sunday. I'll be live tomorrow with Monday Night Football reactions. Going to be a good game with the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Cannot wait. But thank you all again for listening and watching. Have an incredible Sunday. Good luck. God bless. I'll see you guys next time on Degenerate Takes. Justin, thank you for the follow, brother.